it's like a beach in water, but we're like, we're kind of like avatars. It's weird.
Oh wow.
Like something different. It's like, but not humans. I don't really know. I know they're taller, and there's like, when I think about my feet and look at my feet, it's like I've got claw feet. I don't really know. That looks weird. I think I'm kind of like, it's blue. I'm like kind of blue. I feel like I'm in a weird kind of outfit thing.
Do you think you're wearing quite?
No, it's.
Do you think it's part of your skin?
I feel as if they're like bluish. And they've got like silvery. I've got silvery hair, but like we're kind of.
Is it long or short, this hair?
With this flowing hair.
Do you feel masculine or feminine? Or do you feel a balance between both?
I feel like I'm male. I feel like I've got a masculine chest. But there's lots of people on this beach. It's like life is lived in a beach.
Are you carrying anything? Do you have anything with
There's
you?
people with nets. I think there's children, there's smaller people.
And are you holding anything, or are you just watching them?
It's like a kind of, I don't know what it is. It's like a thing as if you would use it. How could I explain it? It's like rounds. And it's as if you would then pick up shells, but or something, you're picking up something with it, but you would use it to sieve.
Is it quite basic, or is it kind of like a technology or something?
I don't know, like fishing nets, and they're collecting the fish, and there's women, and there's, I don't know, but then there's, but I feel like am I teaching the people? I don't get this, it's really weird.
That sounds good to me. So maybe you've come to that planet to help them.
I'm just trying to show them something. Like they know how to fish, they're just simple people, like it's. But I feel like when you said the thing about the round thing, at first I thought I was doing the same as them, but there is something to do with the round thing. It does something. Does it take you play? Does the round something? It makes me think of a drum, like, but I don't know this, but it does something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to show the people's.
Are you teaching them something?
Yeah, but I don't know what I know. It's like they look to me to tell them stuff because they know how to fish and they know how to do things, but it's like they're starting again, or they're just starting on this island, and then but I need to teach them, like they need more. Or I'm trying to show them that there's more than just the fishing, but they only know how to do fishing.
Yeah.
They just live off the land, and that's okay, but I'm trying to tell them about all the other stuff, but they look to me like they accept that we tell them stuff. They're happy to be guided.
Yeah, what kind of stuff do you tell them? What do you need to tell them?
I think I'm telling them that I think this round thing's something to do with moving, travel, like I can...
Like transportation?
Yeah, like I can move, like it's like this comes from my place, and I bring it down and I can make things happen with that. I can go places, like...
Can it just manifest things, can it?
I don't know, it's like I use it, and if we need if I need to get back to where I feel like there's something to do with the sky, like it's like there's like a spaceship place, I don't really know what that is, but it's the sky, and I can use that, and if I want to be back on there, I can be.
And how do you use it? What do you have to do to get it activated?
I just need to think it, like it's like I put my hand on, and my hand's got symbols in it. My hand symbol matches the drum thing, whatever it is, this round thing.
What kind of symbol do you have on your hand?
It's like... there's a symbol. There's different... I just need to think them. If I think, the symbol comes in, and then it's like my hand connects to that, and it knows a command. It's like... It's not like the alphabet, but it's like... There's different symbols for different things.
Yeah.
If you put your symbol to the hand, if I think it, the symbol almost is there in my hand, and I touch the round drum thing, whatever it is, it does something. Like I can put the symbol and I'm on the ship, or I can put the symbol in, and then the symbol can do things. So like I feel as if I don't know if this is just, but I feel as if there's something to do with the pyramids. Like I'm trying to tell, like they're there and they know how to fish.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to help them to see, like, it's like they need to build,
Yeah.
rebuild or something.
Like a civilization.
And I'm trying, and I know how to do that. And
Yeah.
so I need to teach them. But sometimes, but I don't know if they're the same as me or not. I'm not sure. I'm getting a bit confused with that. Like, are they all like that? I feel like at the beginning,
Yeah.
there was all the people with long hair, but now I'm thinking that there's no. I think there's some people with long hair like me.
Yeah.
But I'm not so. And then there's other people, like, now I'm looking at them and I can see clearer. I feel like there's some of us that are like me.
Yeah.
And then there's lots of people, like, I feel now I'm like there's simple people that are, like, I feel that they've got black hair and there's women and children in Maine and they just live in the fishing. But then we're coming to help them, like, something's happened, but they need to build, and they're because they don't, that's all they know how to do. But we're saying we can help you, show you how to do all this. There's so much we can help you create.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why we're telling them that though. Like, I feel like
you want to help them, don't you? Because if they're just doing fishing, they're more capable to do other things, aren't
so
they?
there's so much we can teach them. But they basically, and there's me, and there's all the people that do this, and then there's a people like. There are many of us in a sense, but not too many. Maybe like a handful of us that are here. Our clothes are different. We wear silvery things, and our hair's silver, but we're bluey looking, and
your skin's blue.
So I could see them on the beach at the beginning, but I feel like did we maybe just come down? And that's why I thought we were on like an island like that, but actually we just came down onto the island at first.
Yeah.
And that's why I saw more of me, but actually there's lots of people who are just normal people that live there.
So it looks like you've come down to help them advance,
because
maybe.
we can go up to the ship if we want to.
Yeah.
And they know that, but they're not really scared. I don't know how they're not freaked out by what we look like and stuff. Something happened to the people and they were like scared, they didn't know what to do. So all they're doing right now is fishing because that's all they know what to do, but they don't know what else to do. And then we're like, we've come down to show them things and help them build things, but we can do it like we take them ages and ages and ages to do what we can do, but it doesn't take ages because we've got this like technology and we can move things into position, we can.
And how do you move things?
No, it's like they have these materials.
Yeah.
We don't have to. It's like we do it with our mind, or maybe it's the thing in our hand. I don't really know, but the symbols are key to it though. So if we're telling them how to do it, and we're helping them away from just the fishing. But they're a wee bit like that's what we've always done. But we're saying you can do more. And we're showing them about like they can manifest and they can create so much, but they need help to.
Do they need technology to do all of this?
Yeah, because they don't know how to do it. They just know how to fish. They keep saying that's all we can do, fish, and like cook and have children. They don't. That's all they know what to do. But like we've got this way where we can like we've done it somewhere. We've done it with other places. So we've told them that we can do it for them and we can help build, but they need to help us. But we do things like, so if we need to build something and it's really big rocks and stuff that they have in this island, we can actually, in this land, we can like make the box move in place and we can make them, we can sort of, it's like levitating them, if that makes sense. So we can get them and we can guide them, and we know everything has to be in order and there has to be sizes and dimensions, it all needs to match. But we know this technology, so the symbols are like, it's like the symbol is like a big detailed book, but we don't have time for that. So we found a way where like all the knowledge, all the stuff that needs to be built in, rather than somebody reading a book, then like a big thick old-fashioned book, right? It's like all of that would take years to read. Like I feel like the people of this time, they get their knowledge by reading these big libraries where they read these sick books, but they were all scholars, I think they would get in these libraries and read. It took so long to get the knowledge, but we've found a way where like we just get all that knowledge and then we put it inside a symbol, and then you just put the symbol in, and then you don't need to spend all the time learning it. It's just like the symbol's there, it makes it happen.
Wow.
So if there was like a book that described how to do something, you just use the symbol, and like that actually begins to help create it. Like that's it. So it's like you don't need all the, to sit and go, how do we build this? Because it's kind of there. It's like we know how to build it. We just use the symbols, and we're trying to teach the people that and how we can do it, and they can do it quickly.
How can the people create these symbols?
I don't actually know if they can, or that's just for us to use. But we're trying to help them. Like, they don't have the same technology, and they don't have the same ability, but if we create the spaces for them, I feel maybe that's what we're doing. Are we maybe like creating these places that they can go into to help them like manifest and do that? Like, because they can't, like, it's like they can't do that themselves, and we can't make them us. It's like, but we can help them create these, they're like temples. I think they're like temples where they can go into, and they can when they go in the temples, they're able to like manifest. Like we're trying to show them how to create civilizations. It's like, go in here, do this. You can then go in here, and when you do it, it's so they're connected to source. If they go inside, maybe is that what the pyramids were for?
Yeah.
So if they go in the pyramids, they can connect to source.
Wow.
But when they're not, when they're just on the beach, they're just separate.
Yeah, they are.
But when they go, we're trying to show them that if we build these places, pyramid type things, and then they go in there and they get the connection to source. We're already connected to source. We just need to, but they're not.
No.
So we're showing them if they go in there. They can do things in the temples. They can like heal illnesses. They can get guidance. Like they don't hear the guidance. So, but if they go in the temples and the priestesses and people can help them connect to their inner, hear the inner voice.
So how can they do that? What's the instructions to be able to connect to source?
So we need to build the temples first. But once they're all done. It's like we're going to teach some of the women, but that's kind of weird to them. They don't really like that, because I'm not sure that the women are meant to have or they don't think that the women are meant to have this knowledge. They're a wee bit unsure. The men are a bit like, but we're going to teach some of the women.
Why women?
I don't know. Some women though, there's something to do with the women. It's to do with them, like, 'cause they create.
Yeah, like portal.
So they can create the children. So there's something about them, and so when they go into the temple that's in the pyramids, the source, they're able to connect to source, so in a way that they can't at the moment. So these women can create the children, but they need the men for that also. But they carry the children. So it's not every woman, but it's some women. They're going to be chosen, and they will just be the ones that will. They will share the knowledge. It's like my work with the do like train the trainers. It's like if we teach certain people, they become the priestesses. We give them our knowledge, and then they train the next. But they can't have children. If they do this, they're not giving up their having children. I think the priestesses, they learn, and that becomes they're kind of devoted to the learning and the sharing the knowledge. But I don't feel like if they do that, they can't. They don't seem to have children if they do that. That's what they do. But then they're given they can channel all the source energy, and they can heal, and they can teach. And I feel like they also teach like children. It's like, is there schools in this place? I feel like there's maybe the women are something to do with once they get all the knowledge, they then can teach.
Yeah. So the women, are they like priestesses, aren't they?
I think there are. It's not like everybody in this place becomes a priestess. Just some people get to do that. Yeah. And they give up their ability to have children. But they take the knowledge, and like we're able to give them the symbols. So we're actually putting, this sounds weird, so when I'm standing with one of the women and she wants to do it,
Can she see you, can she?
She's not scared, but like I feel like I just need to look at her.
Yeah.
And she looks at me and I can put that symbol into her head.
Wow.
Like just, it's not like I'm even like putting it into her head, it's just like, it's like energy's connecting it from my head to her head.
It's going in.
Because we can't stay here forever, we're just here for a while to help them.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm kind of putting my energy from my head into her head. And then that allows her to then have she's got all the knowledge, and then it's so much, it's so vast, she can't go off, and she needs to keep her energy focused on all the knowledge, because if she goes and has children, this is why they can't have children, because if they do, and they get a husband and a child, they're all that's all their energy's taken up with that. And
distraction.
It's almost like they're kind of committed to like, right, this is what I need to do, and then they are able to guide and shape all the future people that come through generations, other priestesses.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's the purpose that they're giving up, but they get such a huge, vast amount of knowledge, my goodness.
Wow. So why is it important to have this information then, rather than living a simple life?
What was there was destroyed. It was a whole civilization and it's gone.
Yeah.
And all that's left is the fishermen and like this small amounts of people. And we're meant to be more than just, it's like we've went back in time, but we haven't went back in time. It's like, this is how it started, but then they were given all this knowledge, and then civilizations were created, and it was a magical place to be, but they just got greedy and they get power hungry. That's why I don't like people that get abused. I don't like people like that. It reminds me. And then it's like the money and the power went to their head, and then they just abused it. There's a plan for it all, which I don't understand. But I think they say Source understands the plan.
Yeah.
And we need to help them recreate a civilization again, but in a good way. We just don't want them to repeat past mistakes and just...
No. But you're going to help them during those steps, aren't you?
And that's why we're helping them with the symbols, we're teaching them, we're helping them build. But it's not like, it's like, they are like pyramids, I can see them. They've put up and built, and the stone's been levitated and stuff like that. But nobody really understood what they were for, but the reason they're there is the people don't know how to connect to Source. So it's like we're coming down to help them build civilizations, and the pyramids and all these temples and things are all to do with, like, when they're in there, they get higher. They can connect to collective consciousness. They can connect to Source, because although we go in the spaceships, we're part of Source.
Yeah.
And we're showing them that they can have that too, so they can have this amazing existence. But it didn't work the first time, and had to start again. And we're trying to get it right. It's like feels like, I don't feel like we control the people, but it's like we're trying to teach the people. I'm thinking that the men maybe get knowledge too, but they don't want. It's like men are more towards the power. Does that make sense?
Right.
And they're just trying to balance out what happened last time. So if they give the women are more, there's more nurture there. They're not so power hungry.
Yeah.
They're a little bit scared that if they give all the knowledge to the men, that the same thing will happen again. So they're trying to give certain amounts of knowledge to men, but a lot of the real gifts are actually coming through the women, through the priestesses, who will then pass to other good training.
So you spoke about everything has to be in a certain position with the stones and everything.
Yeah, it's all geometric, and there's like...
Yeah. So do you think that opens up something?
It's all aligned with the galaxy, and everything's aligned. And then when they're inside that, they can connect to Source. We're trying to teach them so that they know they're part of a collective consciousness. We left other people, and then they all got caught up in their own ego and their own, like... It's like they stop being part of a collective, and it's like me, I want the power, I want the knowledge. And they all try and then it becomes a small number of people controlling all the knowledge and all the power. And they're not part of the collective. They don't think of the collective. It's really about, I want the power and I like the power, and we are a small few people will hold all the power. I feel that's what's happened. But they're not doing it for the greater good. I feel like the people that didn't survive, they're not. It's like they should have stayed connected to source, but they decided we don't need to do that. We've got all the knowledge. So they chose to disconnect and just think of themselves, and that's not what was meant to happen.
No, not at all.
We're trying to teach them in a way that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
But it's like an experiment. We really don't know, because we can only go down, show them, give them the tools, help them have this. When they go back to the pyramids, they connect to source. So even if they like the pyramids and they live in life, when they get back in there, they reconnect to source. Yeah. So they get like the downloads and stuff. They get but we hope that will keep. We've shown them how, and we want them to keep connected to those spaces, but we don't want them to disconnect from that, because then they're disconnected from source, and it's likely the same thing will happen again.
Yeah. So you just need to stay within this energy within the pyramid.
Yeah, just remember to connect, that we are part of that. I just don't know that the people always remember. It's like now, we don't have to, well, we do have the pyramids, but it's like the pyramids exist within ourselves. It's like we are a pyramid. Yeah. So it's like
we are the temple.
Yeah, so it's like if we can see ourselves as a pyramid and we connect to source, then all the information we need comes from there.
And in this body that you came through to, do you have a connection with source still through this body, do you?
Yes, when she wants to let us, like, it's like she's, I don't know, she's just, sometimes she's so stubborn about blocking, like, coming to her fruit since she was a little girl.
Yeah.
And it was fine then, she just would allow it to come in. She didn't really know what it was, but it was familiar feeling.
Yeah.
And she let it come in, and that was fine. But like, she didn't have an easy experience, so she then shut off. When she was at her grand's and little girl, there was nature, it was the gardens, and she could go there and connect with nature, and then the energy was easy to come.
Yeah.
But then when she moved, she was in a flat and there was not really any garden anymore.
No.
And she just was disconnected. The light that was always shining in her was so bright, but then it dulled for a while. I feel as if she shut the light off because other people didn't like it.
Yeah.
So when she shut the light off, we couldn't connect her anymore, not in the same way.
No.
And then sometimes the light would come back through her again, and we could connect, but by that point she believed that only she could help herself. Like, no.
Yeah.
We just we couldn't really get to her the same way.
No. So what relation are you to her? Are you a part of her?
Like, we are her. It's just like she's the, like, I feel as if we are her. There's many of us, but we're all one.
Yeah.
And she's part of us too, but she just she's forgotten that.
Yeah, definitely. So is she here to teach the humans as well, is she?
She's there. There's a role for her to teach like she did before. She's to teach them again.
Yeah.
I feel like she has to be some kind of teacher. Like, it's like she's there to. She's got sidelined in her job and stuff like that. She's got sidelined with possessions and things and
that's just
fear. But she's got a job to do. Like, there's a purpose to what she's here to do. It's to wake them up, wake them up, wake them up.
Wonderful, thank you. And do you have any messages that you'd like to share with humanity at all?
It's going to be change, but it will be okay. It's going to be different than what we've experienced it to be. But there's enough people here that know how to move forward in this new way of being, and that knowledge will be cascaded down. Dolores' work is going to be is in a massive increase just now, and it will continue to increase at pace, and the word will be spread far and wide. We all just need to, all those that have stepped into this work, we just need to fully step into the power of the work and just do what needs to be done, and there will be a collective rising of conscious for those that want to rise. Not everybody will.
Wonderful, thank you. And is there any parting message that you'd like to say before we finish today?
we're just glad we've had the opportunity to connect and provide this guidance.
Wonderful. Because it's going to help us so much, isn't it?
Yeah, and thank you for facilitating this.
You're more than welcome.
Because we couldn't get to it any other way.
Yeah, I'm really glad.